Aloha, friends, and welcome back to Unstoppable TV. I'm Suzanne Menji, and I am your host for Unstoppable TV. I am so excited. We are here once again to bring forth a real conversation with another curious person. This is episode 2, and my guest for episode 2 is Alejandra Flores, this wonderful woman who is a life coach here on the island, and she's game for anything. She came in willing to have a curious conversation. The whole reason that I bring forth Unstoppable TV is for you to see in real time what it's like to come up against regular conversation, to come into the living room with me, hang out with me for a few minutes and have an experience that might help you see something in a whole new way in your life. So this is about Allie because she's here to play with me, but it's really for you. So I encourage you, as we go into this show and we go into our conversation, put your own details in. Just get curious. Where have I gotten stuck in my life? And what might be possible if I saw it from a new view with some curiosity. Before we started the show, I was saying to Allie how the word cure is in curiosity. The cure if we're up against a challenge in our health, physically or mentally, if we're up against a challenge in our finances, in our work, in our just life fulfillment. My desire is that you see something with curiosity today, and it helps you to become even more in love with the life you live. Okay, Allie, you ready for this? Mm-hmm. Here we go. Yay. Okay, so welcome. Tell us a little bit about you, my friend.
Thank you, Suzanne, for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. Well, my name, Alejandra. I actually just moved here to the island like 1 month ago, and I met you. We are sharing the same house together, and it's gonna be like our first official long conversation, and I always had a good feeling with you. You have a great energy, so I'm looking forward to know more about you. Mm-hmm. I'm originally from Peru. I lived the last 5 years in Utah, and I recently moved here to Hawaii, to this island. It's been calling me for years actually, but I felt I still had some things to figure it out in mainland, and finally right now I'm living the life of my dreams.
Tell me more. Tell me more about what it feels like to have taken the leap of faith 1 month ago to move to this island. What does it feel like? I want to hear the words, but I also want to hear the feeling. Okay. And I want to hear the reality of it, because we've talked just enough to know it hasn't all been a cakewalk.
Mm-hmm. Correct. It's a big leap for sure.
Yeah.
Well, the first time when I moved here to America, to the US, I didn't know I was going to move, which was like kind of interesting. It happened in COVID, so the situation was just perfect. And it just happened, like everything worked out, and I was not so conscious about the decision. But then now that I have to choose moving here, it was with a lot of consciousness, a lot of decisions, and a lot of things that I have to solve. And it was scary at first, you know. I feel like when you are gonna face a new life, you gotta let go your other life, the one that you were living before. And I felt I was like grieving, and you're not only grieving through relationships or people who is not anymore here, you're grieving sometimes about the life that you're living. Because even though it's been a life you love and it made you and it allowed you to be yourself, I still have very good people in my life. I had a job. Everything was very comfortable, and that's why I choose to move here. But when I moved here to the island, I didn't know anybody. So, and you're gonna, I struggled with a lot of changes, a lot of uncomfortable feelings. I was not feeling good. I was a little bit sick. I had a moped accident and like sunburn. So the first 2 weeks, they were pretty chaotic for me. And I was like, I feel like I took this decision and I'm here already and I'm so grateful about this, but I'm not 100% sure about what I'm doing. And like I knew that like it was gonna be uncomfortable, and but then I just realized like you gotta go through the feeling, like you cannot avoid what you're going on with, you know, like. So well, once the discomfort it's gone, right now I feel like everything's settled where it's supposed to be, and now we're here.
So now we're here.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you, because this is what I do. Are you open to being coached?
Yeah,
Are you
absolutely.
open to being coached right here?
Yeah, you remember actually like one of the first days that I moved, like you helped me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I remember that. So we're going to bring that back in now. And we're going to bring everybody in at this time, because she just got to a couple golden nuggets. One of those is there's some grief about letting go of the old in order to step into the new. We don't have to let go of everything, but we do have to let go of the comfort zone of the familiar in order to step into a new level of comfort zone. We have to be willing to expand. Otherwise, really what we do by staying in a comfort zone, if it's not right for us any longer, is we start shrinking. So my invitation to you is to put 2 feet on the floor. And I invite everyone to do this with us. Okay, so 2 feet rooted into the earth. If your feet aren't touching the earth right now for some reason, if they're not touching the floor all the way, just imagine it being like 4 roots in the ground. Imagine those feet being so deeply rooted in that even if a tsunami came through, you wouldn't move because you were so rooted. Can you feel that right now?
Mm-hmm.
And then imagine your bottom being really heavy. So many people want to be lighter and lighter. And there's a lot of people that are still carrying the weight of the world here. But what we want is to come all the way into the body. That's the mission of Unstoppable TV. When we come into communication, intimate communication with this body, it tells us exactly the next move. It tells us what's true and what's not true for us. So can you imagine that bottom being 10,000 pounds? What woman in this world wants a 10,000 pound butt? You know what the truth is? I do. I do, because I want to be that rooted. I want to be that grounded onto this earth. Can you feel yourself coming into the body? And then you can put your hands on your sides. Okay, everyone can do this. You can put your hands on your sides, or you can crisscross a little bit lightly if that feels easier, more comfortable. What we desire is to have that breath come into the sides. It's a multi-dimensional breathing, diaphragmatic breathing that allows oxygen to move in a whole new way through the system. We can get really clamped down with different tensions, but we want to bring that breath in. Okay, can you feel that? Can you feel your sides expanding just a little bit?
Absolutely.
And now I have an invitation for you. If you check in with the body, breathe into those feet and check in with the body. Where do you notice the grief of letting go of your old life? In your body. What sensation comes up when I say, I let go of everything. I took a risk and I still don't know exactly how it's all going to work out?
I feel like here, like just a little bit on the bottom, like here.
Okay. So what is it? What's the sensation? So we find it in the body. This is the freedom process. If you come into bringing the freedom process in your life, my experience is it's changed absolutely everything. Because what this is the opportunity to bring things out of figuring it out in the whys and into the body where these energies can reorganize. Is it contraction or expansion you feel? Is it hot or cold? Is it heavy or light? We want to bring it into sensation. What do you notice in that body?
It's warm.
Okay.
It's light.
Okay.
It's light. It's warm. It's like just below the heart. Like I feel like in the solar plexus
Yep.
over here.
Okay, so there's some energy moving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, beautiful. And what if that's all it is energy moving?
Mm-hmm.
You're breathing into your sides, you're grounded into your feet, and you're allowing energy to move. Can you just allow yourself to feel that for a moment? Okay. And then, can we go into what is it you really want to be doing right now? What's your dream? You've been here a month. What's your dream for how you live your life right now? What would you really like to be doing? What's your passion? What's your gift that you're here to bring this island, and maybe even more than that?
Well, technically, myself, I consider me a professional life liver. I truly love to live a fully life,
Beautiful.
and I wanna share this concept to so many different people, because there's so many different people that I've been into my 8 to 5 every day for 5 years, and especially as an immigrant, like you're always with a background on your story, like you should work, save money, hustle.
So are you open to being coached?
Yes, absolutely.
Will you bring it all the way home? Will you say I? Because you don't know for anybody else, you know for yourself that you've always been, you feel in the background of your mind. Do you see what I'm saying? So bring it to where you have the power and speak. I have to work.
I have to work for a while, like more than 40 hours. Like I was working 70, 80 hours. But I realized, for what, you know, we are like all the time living for work, or are you really like work for living?
And how's your breathing right now?
Pretty light too.
Can you feel it coming into the sides? And what do you notice in the body right now?
It's expanding and contracting. It's moving.
Okay, good. Energy's moving. Beautiful. And are your feet grounded?
They are grounded. I'm just trying to
get them
into
to the
it.
ground.
Yeah, I'm a little bit short. I'm a small person.
Perfect.
Well, my dream here in this island is just creating and develop more my career as a life coach, expanded to different consciousness, to different people. Yeah, bringing it to different women especially, and just keep doing what I love, but sharing it more to people who wants to listen to.
And what's holding you back right now?
Probably myself too, like the imposter syndrome, like the feeling like I don't know enough, but I do have certifications. I have a major. I did a yoga teacher training, a breathwork certification, positive psychology, mindfulness coaching.
So you know
coaching.
A lot.
I know.
You know a lot. Okay, are you open to being coached?
Mm-hmm.
You're an imposter.
Maybe
Allie, you're an imposter.
Okay, I accept it. I accept it because I don't want to be it anymore.
Perfect. Where do you notice I'm an imposter in your body? That's
Stomach.
where we want to go. Beautiful. What's the sensation? Is there contraction when I say you're an imposter? Allie, you're an imposter.
Uncomfy, like contraction.
So uncomfy is a story, right? So contraction. Okay, you're an imposter. Because it wouldn't come up right now. Remember this, everybody. This isn't about Suzanne being mean to Allie. This is about her willingness and her openness to say this to yourself. Say it to yourself. I'm an imposter.
I'm an imposter.
Who am I?
Who am I?
Right? Who am I to think I can guide anyone else? I don't have it all figured out yet. Is there any truth in that?
Yes.
Is there any belief in that? It's not truth. It's not coming from the trueness of you.
It's just a belief.
It's just a belief. It's a story that the mind has made up to keep you safe. What do you notice in the body right now?
Like here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is it contracting?
Mm-hmm.
So we just hit a gold mine. We just hit Allie's gold mine. Because when our belly contracts, there's energy in that. Okay? It's stuck energy in that belly. So then let me ask you a question. If you're still open and how's the breathing right now?
Moving.
Okay.
I'm breathing.
Right. But you were holding your breath there for a moment,
Yeah.
weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what happens is we come up to discomfort, we contract, we come up against a tension in the body, we contract, the breath stops moving. And then those beliefs, they get reinforced, and it's like shoving them down deeper. So have you ever come up against any discomfort around not knowing what you're doing in this month? We'll just use this month as our experiment, okay? And just allow the breath to keep going if you're willing. In this month, have you ever come up against discomfort where you distracted by with a screen instead of actually sitting and feeling it
Yeah, absolutely.
and reached out to somebody else?
Absolutely.
Have you ever eaten any food because out of discomfort, out of the mind just needing a distraction rather than true physical hunger?
I'm better on that one. Like,
Cool,
no.
yeah. But you reach out.
Yeah.
Those are your things. Cool. Keep yourself busy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you notice in the body right now?
Moving, contracting, but like less, a little bit less.
Some energy moving?
Yeah.
And how's the breath?
Still moving. Sometimes like stopping, but still moving.
Right. Beautiful. So I want to bring everyone in for this, okay? You're using your own details as we go through this. Yes, Allie's on stage with me, but this is about us coming into our own breath. We all have these various patterns. I can't handle this. It's too much. I don't have capacity for it, whatever. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm an imposter in this life. I had years in my younger years where I would say, I think I was dropped on the wrong planet. These aren't my people. What is happening? I was reinforcing that until I started breathing alongside of that. And once we breathe alongside of that, once we have this multi-dimensional breath, the freedom process, we find it in the body, find the sensation, feel it, free it, and allow the energies to reorganize. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We bring the breath alongside this discomfort, and then the energies have the space to move. When we hold our breath, you know that feeling, everyone? I don't think there's a person on this planet that hasn't gotten to that place where we get
Yeah.
caught, right? We get caught. I know that I've come in the kitchen a couple times and Allie's gone, right? She got caught, like she literally stops breathing just by seeing me, and I'm not actually that scary, but she was in her own little world and then didn't realize, right?
There was someone else.
There was someone else right there. It's that feeling of getting caught, but that stuff's just caught in the body. Would you like the good news or the good news, Allie?
Good and good.
Okay. The good news is it's not who you are. It's purely beliefs. It's purely energies and belief systems that have wound themselves together and tied them in a knot in you. It's also programming. We've been programmed. Have you had people in your family that have worked hard but not fully enjoyed their life?
Yeah, like my parents, they were immigrants and they worked 10 years in Japan, like non-stop. And actually, like my dad, I love my dad. He's truly like the person who works the most, but he got sick before too. He got cancer. And that's where I learned, like, are you working for a living or are you living for work?
Right. Is work owning you or do you own your life? So this opportunity to come back into your breath and relax, you feel what you just did?
Yeah, I'm like
what just happened in the body? What just happened in that body? Lay back.
Yeah.
Lay back. Yeah, sit yourself right back. Crisscross applesauce if that's what feels right. What does it feel like? And again, this is an invitation for everyone. What does it feel like to know in this moment, even if only a glimmer of you can allow this in, there's nothing wrong with you. There never was anything wrong with anyone. Ali made a comment that my work is holistic high performance coaching. Whole, W-H-O-L-E.
Love it.
Every one of us is whole. We're just carrying around patterns, belief systems that aren't serving any longer. I call them, we're either running patterns of pain or patterns of potential. Those come up in the form of habits. They come up in the form of thought patterns, right? That repetition of, I'm an imposter, even if you never said it out loud before today, the repetition is happening in your body. And you know what happens on a physiological level when we tell ourselves something? If it's something like I'm an imposter, it literally weakens physical muscles. It literally weakens our immune system. If we tell ourselves this is the only way to make a living is by doing it their way, it literally weakens us. There's all kinds of science coming into that more and more and more of how our disease and illness come from what's happening. It starts in the mind. What do you notice in the body right now, Ali?
Lighter. Like
You
much
notice,
lighter.
is it expansion? Use the sensation. Is it contraction or expansion?
Expansion.
Okay.
Like lighter.
Okay.
Like moving. Like flowing.
Beautiful. So energy's moving. And are you able to uncross your legs for a moment and just allow yourself to feel? Can you breathe all the way into those feet?
Should I step on the ground too? Or
You
no?
don't have to, because you're rooted either way. It doesn't matter about being on the ground. It's not the physical contact. It's the intentional knowing that you're always rooted. You're always grounded. And you're always free. We put ourselves in prison. This creates a prison. The figuring out creates a prison in our mind, and then we play that out in our life. Imagine if you walked out of here today with your breath. Everyone can do this. Again, put in your details. This isn't about Ali or, whatever's going on for her. This is about you. Imagine you have your feet rooted into the earth. You know you have complete permission to come fully into your body and be heavily seated here. And you have your breath, the support on the inside. So you're grounded from the outside and supported, and from the inside. You have your body, you have your breath. And you have a way to clear any stuck energy that might send you off sideways. Imagine if you could sit in for an extra 5 minutes when discomfort comes up, and instead of going to your screen, you just put your hands on your heart. You can do that now with me if you're willing. And just say, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. And whatever love message you want to tell yourself, but what if in that moment you did this instead of reaching out to Instagram or wherever you reach to try to validate you? Can you imagine how your life might be affected? What do you see? What do you feel when you imagine that?
I feel peace with myself.
Can you see your business coming into fruition?
Yes, absolutely.
Can you see a willingness to take one next step?
Absolutely.
What's that next step, Ali?
Just putting myself there.
Aren't we curious?
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
I am
tell me
very-
again, putting yourself where?
Putting myself out there, like just spreading my voice, reaching out the people I have to, because I know what I have to do.
What do you have to do?
A lot of things.
One thing at a time. One
Today,
thing.
being here.
Yes. Fully here.
You're fully here.
And what if the first step was hands on the heart, saying, it's okay?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be okay.
If you were to say one word to end our show today, what would it be? Let it come up from your body.
Just one word?
It can be a few. Just a few words.
Don't seeking for validation, just do it for fun, with curiosity.
Beautiful.
Always play.
Yeah. Always play. I love that. We're playing a new game. The new game is about we lead this game. We don't give our power away any longer. Unstoppable TV is about coming back into our own power, where unlimited potential is real, where we're playing a new game, where it's fun again, because it's like, oh, what gold mine am I going to uncover today? The gold mines can feel like discomfort when the mind makes that story, but when those energies get moving and we hold space for those energies, anything is truly possible. Be you. Be you is the message. Be beautifully, authentically, wonderfully, powerfully you. Because this world is calling us at another level. Have you noticed the energies moving in this world? They're big, full on, right? Yeah, so I just want to say a huge thank you, Allie, for showing up so beautifully today, for being willing to come on and share this moment with me and share this moment with our audience. Because like I've said several times, even though we're not all having conversation, we're all the same. All of us humans are on the same bus, finding our way with how to live our best life in whatever way that success is defined for us. Be you, my friends. This world needs you to be you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank
I felt today like God talked through you, and it just gave me the messages that I need to hear. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Amazing. Episode 2 is a wrap.
Yay!
Woo woo! We'll see you next time.
Woo!